My daily routine after coming into this world just had to fill water from the spirit spring. The students around me made fun of me, and he used to say that I lived on the river bank all my life. I would remain lying there. But little did they know that every time I fill a bucket of water, the spiritual power within my body, it would double. There was only one rule. Before I crossed the tribulation, I get a mango, I had to live like a human being. Just 3 more days. If I had filled the water, I would have crossed the tribulation directly, would have achieved ascension. But then sect master Qingmio, fighting with someone outside, was mortally wounded. He, with his last breath, he announced the dissolution of the so that the enemy could wipe out the entire sect. Don't do it, I have an empty hand in my hand. I looked at the bucket and felt very upset. I'm about to become Agi. Then how did my house end up? When I was thinking that the ways of a common man. How do I save this spirit spring from the dead? Then came the sound of heavy footsteps from down the mountain. Were heard. Those steps were accompanied by the footsteps of a girl. The sound of crying and the arrogant laughter of some people, I could hear it too. I frowned slightly. She curled up and hid her body behind the tree. I hid a little more. I saw that some disciples wearing the sect's robes, the bloodthirsty men, were chasing the girl. The girl looked to be around 18 or 19 years old. Her face was very beautiful. Even the soil and blood are his stubborn and strong, unable to hide his soul. He was a broken man holding the sword tightly, spitting out blood. She was running towards the top of the mountain and crying out in despair. Master Qingmio, please save me. The disciple turned out to be unworthy. I am the head of the sect. I couldn't save the door. I leaned on the tree. I was standing there, and hearing this, I felt a slight sensation in my heart. There was a commotion. Was this about Jiaxia and sect? The only inner discipline is not Chullinger. On normal days, she is always a proud peacock. She used to live like a girl, but today she is in this condition. The Liang sect who followed her. The faces of the disciples with extremely dirty intentions were full of them. Especially the leader, whose face there was a big scar. He was laughing so hard he went crazy. It was happening. Girl, your blessings, that old nun from the sect, Qingmio, is now useless. It's done. Be smart and hurry up. 9 glorious jades, treasures of the Zuxiao sect, do hand it over to us, as well as our brothers do him a good service. Maybe then we'll spare your life. Shu Ni teeth, he took it too. There was humiliation and anger in his eyes. I was full. I may die, but you like never bowing down to robbers. I will bow down. The man with the scar on his face is cold. Laughed in the voice, and suddenly a Liang Pum walked. The heat radiated from his palm. With a roar it rushed forward. Touching, immediately jumped into the air and landed hard in front of me. The sword in his hand broke. Blood oozed from his mouth. Her face turned as white as paper. It seemed she was not going to survive. Those disciples from the Liang sect surrounded him, stood up. The man with the scar on his face, I stepped on his broken sword. You are an idiot. The Insan Foundation, he did not even reach the establishment. He has come to challenge our Liang sect. Today I will first take revenge on you. I stood aside and watched all this. I took a deep breath. Then the voice is heard again. Warning, if the host of spiritual power in the human state interferes with karma by using the trial period, will be extended by 10 years. I just filled my spirits. Looked at the bucket of spring water. Then Chullinger lying dying on the ground. I see. Okay, if spiritual power, if I don't want to use it, I won't. I'm a lean fan. I follow the rules a lot. I respect you. I put the bamboo on my shoulder. And staggering out from behind the tree he left, sighing heavily as he walked. He said, "Oh my God, this mountain path, how bad it is. And who are these people who own the land? But are you lying down and blocking the way? Move aside. I need to get some water. I need some water. Don't stop the bucket." Hearing my voice, everyone present was stunned for a moment. The disciples of the Lingyang sect, immediately the man with the scar on his face frowned. He climbed up and said, "Where did this ordinary servant come from? Gone. Get out of here, otherwise I'll kill you too. I will put it in." Chu looked at me. Disappointment filled his eyes. "Seen your brother Linfen run away quickly. This immortal, they are masters. Ordinary people like you are not capable of them. I could have fought, but I listened to him. No, I took my bucket and went straight to his house. He reached the middle and continued muttering, if this water falls, then all today's hard work will be wasted. It will be a waste. It's a really bad day." The man with the scar on his face got angry after seeing this, mad that I ignored him. He wanted to die. He immediately took another shot. Burning hot waves straight, it moved towards my face. The touch was painful. She screamed and closed her eyes. According to this, after this attack I will definitely was about to turn into ashes. But as soon as his palm force was about to touch me, I deliberately acted as if my foot must have slipped. Oh, I suddenly fell forward. I fell in also the spirit of my bucket. The spring water also splashed out. Splash! Ordinary-looking water floats in the air making a strange turn straight into that hot palm collided with the force. And then a shocking incident occurred. Zhou Liang Pam. It could have broken even a mountain had it hit the water. It was extinguished as if it had lost its biggest they may have found the enemy. Not only that, the drops suddenly raced through the air. They pierced the air with a whistling sound. She started taking it out and went straight to the rest of the Liang set. The disciples' protective kai was pierced. Faint voices were heard simultaneously. They all refining Peak's disciples, but I didn't even get a chance to scream. The drops pierced right between his eyebrows. A round, bloody hole on his forehead they appeared. Thud, thud, all of them together. He fell to the ground, completely out of breath. It had stopped. Now only the scars on the face, the man was the only one left standing. His hand was still. Was also suspended in the air. From my face just 1-2 inch away. But on his forehead beads of cold sweat broke out. A moment ago he felt such a terrifying force which cannot be expressed in words. That power is not within the reach of any ordinary person. Who are you anyway? Her voice, she was shaking badly. Both her legs were in pain. I sat on the ground and he started rubbing his buttocks. On my face I had a bad feeling. I would complain, he said, oh my waist, you have to walk. Don't you know you hit my water, all the water spilled, my bucket broke. Gone, give me back my water. The one with the scar on his face, the man first came to see his dead companions, then he looked at me. Finally, he was disheartened. He fell straight to his knees. I fell down. Senior, please have mercy, I was blind, who didn't recognize you. I don't know, it seemed that you were living alone here. I made a mistake. I deserve to die. Saying this, he started slapping himself. They did it, and with full force. His face turned pig-like after being slapped. I rolled my eyes. He laughed coldly. Even with so little courage, people go out to loot and kill. But from outside, I still tried to remain ignorant, pretended. What a strange man you are, himself. You fell and now you are apologizing. Is there any problem in your mind? Let it be. I pity you. Quickly get out of here. Let me fill up again. I have to go. Don't waste my time. On hearing this, he was as happy as if he seems to have found life. He drags himself along, running he ran down the mountain. I don't even have the courage to look back. He was afraid that if he delayed even a moment. If he does, I can detect him with a drop of water. I will make it. The CHHU was lying on the ground. She was completely stunned. She had thought that today his death is certain, but in the blink of an eye. All the immortal masters of Liang sect are dead, had passed away, and only one was left alive. The one who saved him was none other than the sect's most overlooked water-carrying servant. It was Lin Fan. Senior brother Lin, you just which immortal art did you use? With eyes like seeing a god, she started looking at me. I immediately waved and shook his head emphatically. Which one? Immortal art? I'm just a water carrier, I'm a man, I just slipped. The bucket fell to the ground. Perhaps the water in it was a storm. They must have drunk dirty water. That's why he fell in. Touching his lips twitched. Drinking dirty water can cause a hole in one's forehead. Can I treat him like a 3-year-old? But now he understood. Senior brother Lin definitely has someone hiding. It was a great speciality. Now he understood that whenever the elders on the set scolded him, also why was he always smiling? Because in his eyes, those elders too probably nothing more than ants. Senior brother Lin no senior please Zhu and save the sect. Sect master save Qingmiyo. She got down on her knees and kept on facing me. She bowed her head and began to salute, so much so that blood even oozed from his forehead. I saw the pitiable condition and took a deep breath in my mind. Li. Then the system's voice was heard again. Deng suitable female discipline candidate detected Chu to discipline him per human disguise progress plus 10% and spirit spring water doubling of spiritual power gained the speed will also increase. Wow, this system too, he finds opportunities at the right time. Actually, I does not want to interfere in other people's affairs, but neither was it possible to achieve quick ascension. So I have to accept this discipline, I'll have to. I wiped the smile off my face and said with a sigh, Miss Chu first get up. I'm just an ordinary person in Linfen. I have such great respect for you, there's no need to show it off. If you want to save the set master, I will help you. I can, but you have one condition, I have to agree. Chu raised his head. A glimmer of hope flashed in his eyes again. If Senior can save my master, then what? I will accept even thousands and millions of conditions. I will. Even if I have to serve you, if I have to work for you, I will gladly do it. I will. I rubbed my chin. I don't need to serve. I'm enough. I'm a lazy person. I just need a helper. If you are ready, then become my disciple. But when you are with me, your job will be to fetch water with me. You won't do that. You'll ask why, and outside in front of someone, you won't even reveal my real identity. Will you? Do you accept this? Chulinger said without a second thought. He thought for a moment and bowed his head again. Chulinger bows to master. The moment Chulinger became my disciple, I felt that the immortal within my body, the essence, became even more concentrated. The bottleneck broke. The feeling became stronger than before. He smiled slightly and then pushed his chest into he pulled out a thick clay bowl. Broken. Spirit spring water remaining in bucket. He filled it and offered it to her. He drank it. Take it. Drinking this will save your life. Chu looked at the bowl. There is also mud mixed in it, but it did not even touch the he didn't hesitate. He picked up the bowl and took a. He drank it all in one gulp. In her eyes, whether it is something given by a great expert, even if it is just soil, it is no less than a treasure. But as soon as the spirit spring water went down his throat, onto his face, the color of the ordinary water changed completely. No. He was like the nine heavens, the purest and most concentrated form of the divine liquid, a fierce, yet gentle spiritual power. His body exploded. That power running in dry and damaged meridians, his broken dantian, also appeared before his eyes. It started forming again in front and was lighter than that. A golden glow emanated. It was perfect. The foundation was a sign of the establishment. Refining stage, foundation, establishment stage, core formation stage. In just a few breaths, Collinger's cultivation of lunatics within like those flying swords. She may have sat down on the core formation peak. Not only this, it also had nascent. There are also signs of entering the soul stage. His entire body turned a dense white color, shrouded in mist. His skin was like white jade. It began to glow and became lighter than her body. The fragrance started spreading. Oh God, how is this possible? Is it? I can drink just one bowl of water and I can eat 2 big realms, crossed Chu's eyes. She was filled with disbelief. She stared at her palms. She felt it was as if she was dreaming. I looked at her. I saw an unfamiliar face and laughed to myself. This was the spirit spring water that I've been filling it in for the past 10 years. Seeing heaven and earth lose, even immortals will become greedy. You've accomplished. I drank the cup and it didn't burst. Just because your talent is not bad. I dusted my hands off and stood up. Okay, stop dreaming now while you can walk. So take me to that set master of yours who is about to die. If it is too late, perhaps we'll be able to attend only the funeral. Chulinger immediately began to shake her head. She started following me respectfully. Inside now is intersect senior sister. There was no pride left. The main hall was completely destroyed. The hall, which once seemed grand and dignified, is now the chairs and tables were covered in dust. It was lying broken. Sect Master Qingmiao, his face had turned dark. He was the set master. She was lying on the seat. Her breathing was heavy, was weak. Some loyal outer sect disciples, everyone stood aside, silently wiping away their tears. It's over. Is it really over? Is he going to? A young disciple cried. The Qingmiao sect master slowly raised his eye, opened my eyes. His voice echoed against the rubbing stones. As heavy as it was, don't cry so quickly, foolish children. Take your stuff and leave from here. Those beasts from the Liang sect are extremely ruthless. If they attacked Back Mountain, then you won't even be able to escape. When everyone... The disciples were crying when suddenly a clear sound came from outside the hall. Footsteps were heard. A cold voice echoed throughout the hall. Said the Jiaxiao set is about to end? When as long as I am alive, Chulinger, Jugxiao sect, it will never fall. All the people together. When he saw Chulinger stood absolutely safe, and his body, when everyone felt the terrible pressure coming from their mouths, dropped open. You even forgot to take it. Your culture. The blurred eyes of the Qingmiao sect master, suddenly, her face lit up. She was filled with disbelief. At this time, the energy emanating from Chulinger's body aura hundreds of times more than their peak period. It was more powerful. There is no power of refining discipline. Chulinger went to him and said softly. He grabbed her hand. Sex master it disciple won't let you down. I've met great people. I have reached the formation stage, and your injury can also be healed now. Chulinger turned his head. Then he went outside the hall. He stood there and looked at me with great respect. Time holding a broken broom quince sect. The master followed C.H. Hullinger's gaze. When they saw me, my clothes in tatters, I sweep with my back bent like a simple servant, she was completely stunned by the appearance. The great adjective you're talking about, what a well-infancies. I'm sweeping, I muttered to myself. The sight of this old nun, it really sucks. I'm keeping such a low profile, I am still suspicious of him. But on the outside I still see an honest servant. Hey, set master, touch it. Don't pay attention to what your junior sister says. Please, I'll just sweep and water. I'm a filler. I'm on my way now. I found a shining fruit. I touched it. I fed it to Junior, probably about 10,000. It must be a year-old immortal fruit. I am no great man. I am not senior. As soon as I have my say it ended, suddenly there was a light sound outside the temple. I felt a wave of rules. My body shook and I immediately raised my head. I looked up at the sky. I saw it was empty. The shadow of a beautiful woman in the sky moment she appeared for a full moon. She wore purple and he was wearing a long golden robe. The woman's face was very beautiful, but his eyes were as cold as ice. A frightening aura spreads around the entire body. She was Dong Xinzhou's most powerful. One of the celebrities was the Taishan Empress. I frowned. As soon as I saw him, I was shocked. What the hell is this woman doing here? Is it called Tianshui Holy Land? Shouldn't I have done closed cultivation? This is in a poor and desolate area like ours. Why did you come? The biggest thing is the way it is now. It was looking at me. It was a bit strange. What can it see my human disguise? Please come out and explain the system. Only then will the system, a cold voice echoed in my mind. Warning Taishan Empress Ma Qingshu heavenly secret divine pupil practices. One due to a special coincidence, she is the host's inner, she can hear the thoughts. The host must be behave like a normal person. If the host's true identity is revealed to him, if exposed, all the system host's spiritual power will seize and destroy the host. You will have to start from the beginning. System, my brain is about to explode when I hear this. What a useless heavenly secret divine. Is it a people tree? This is what people think. So did I just say a little the joke about her flat chest from a while back? He heard that too. Hidden in the sky among the clouds, she was just standing on top of the Jayashu set. She was passing through. She had to go to some law office here. He felt the fluctuation, so he went down. But as soon as she arrived, heard the voice of a stray boy echoes in my mind. The voice was telling her she was beautiful. But she's as cold as ice. Even her, the figure, was also being ridiculed. Qinshu lived for thousands of years. Being an empress, all the people in the world, they bowed their heads respectfully before him. Never make fun of anyone like that. He had heard it. But what struck him most was she was something else. When she saw Heavenly look down from the secret divine pupil, that man wearing torn clothes who sweeps inside the body of the young man he found, such an immortal essence appeared, and upon seeing it he himself, she trembled. That power was as vast as the ocean. A great empyrean realm compared to, despite being an expert, she herself is a small, it looked like a sea stream. In the Jayasheo sect, there was indeed such a hidden existence which was even higher than the great aperture. A storm raged in his heart. Heavenly secret divine people never make mistakes. This Lin Fan, the sweeper boy, certainly some supreme divine being who was playing in the world. But most the shameful thing was that this supreme being, his time, was also grumbling to himself. Oh, my friend. Why hasn't this old woman left yet? Why do you stare for so long while sweeping? Is she having a crush on me? But I have to admit, its legs are too long. If it is made of bed warming, it wouldn't hurt if I made it. I regret it. I have to pretend to be a normal person now. Otherwise, I would have caught it and had children. I would have got it done. She trembled with anger, her face pursed. Her beautiful face is as red as a tomato. This boy was beyond shameless. He also took his teeth. He felt like get down and give it a slap. But as soon as he remembered his true strength, I stopped myself. Great people who do there must be some deeper meaning behind it, if he's pretending to be a normal person. If yes, then definitely need to understand some higher Tao he must be trying. If I interfere and if he gets angry, then Tian's, the Hololand, could be reduced to ashes in an instant. Thinking this, Qingshu expressed his anger and I suppressed my shame. Then slowly. She came down from the sky. She stood in front of the manhole. She came and landed. On seeing her, Qingmiao set the master and all the other disciples trembled with fear. Thud, thud. Everyone fell to their knees. We Tianch bows to one empress. The festival is blessed by your arrival. Qingmi said the master's voice was trembling. He was emotional. She almost started crying. She couldn't believe it. He was that in his life he was the great emperor. See the realm expert with your own eyes, she will find it. Chu also stood there in fear. I was the only one with a broom in my hand. He was cleaning comfortably while humming, but inside I was terrified. Was he there for work? Why is this old woman downstairs? Did she really hear my thoughts? No, Lee, calm down. I have to calm down. I'm just a normal person. If it did me any harm, if attacked, I will act like this as if I was blown away by the blow of its sleeve. Then I will pretend to die on the ground and complete. I will seek compensation from this life. Hearing this, Kingshu's eyes twitched. This small man was trying to find new ways of cheating. He keeps thinking of ways. He has forced a smile appeared on his face. Then, Qing sect looking at the master, she said, I was passing through. I felt that the Jiaxu sect is in trouble. I came to see you all being so formal. No need for King Miao sect. The master immediately began to bow her head repeatedly. Thank you for your kindness, Empress. A great calamity has befallen the Jiaxu sect. The Liang sect fought with external enemies. Together we planned to destroy our sect. I failed. Qingsu said. He stopped her with a wave of his hand, but his gaze, she was coming towards me again and again. Suddenly I realized my way of sweeping. It was very mysterious. From above it looked like it seemed completely random. But every time when the broom fell on the ground, dry leaves and the dust automatically turns into a Tijibagwa pattern. He clearly sees heaven and earth lost. The mouth Qingshu has respect for me and increased. He coughed slightly. Then he slowly moved towards me. He smiled. She said, little friend, you work very hard. I'm cleaning up after you. Can I say your name? I immediately saw the frightened man. I started acting like a broom. He dropped it from his hand. Then he trembled several steps. He stepped back and sat down on the ground with a thud. Empress, please be kind. I am Linfen. I'm just a cleaning man. I haven't done anything bad. Please don't do it to me. Hit me. Seeing my acting, I thought to myself, I started praising myself. Amazing. It scared me. Face, this trembling voice, if ordinary humans, if there was an acting competition, for would have won first place. This old woman now, she must have been deceived. Staring at the ground, pretending to be scared, she was both amused and angry. There is no such supreme expert in the world, maybe the one who enjoys eating pigs so much he was playing the tiger game. He took a deep breath, Lee, and suppressed the urge to expose me. Then she said in a soft voice, little friend, don't be afraid. I don't kill innocent people. I think your talent is extraordinary. Yes. Have you joined Tianqian Holy Land? Would you like to become an inner disciple after listening to this? Both Master and Chulinger are from he. King Miao, the great emperor himself, was stunned. She was inviting me to become a discipline, so it was a good fortune that many generations' fate could change. Qing Miao sect Master Lin Fan, just now what are you thinking about? Early afternoon. Be thankful. This is the best day of your life. It's a great opportunity. But in my mind, a storm of abuse was brewing. Damn you. In discipline I hear in Jiaxiao sect, if I fill water for just 3 more days I can expand by becoming invisible, and I will go to your Tianqian Hololand, clean the streets. This old lady really. He's clever, he must be eyeing my beauty. Coax me back and then keep it as a male favorite, she wants it. Shit, I'm a respectable man, I will never bow before your strength. Mun Qingshu heard what was in my mind. His calm and pious face immediately turned red. Countless geniuses over thousands of years people kept running after him, but I never even looked at anyone. Today when he himself invited someone, he was thinking that he was attracted by her beauty. She's after me. This is too much. Qingshu was bursting with anger inside. If she wanted a male favorite, would she? Of a boy who wears torn clothes like me, but from the outside it was great the dignity of the emperor had to be maintained. If my friend doesn't want it, I force him. I won't. Everyone has their own path. It happens. But today I am from the Jiaxiu sect. Staying here for a few days at the invitation of ancestors, I want to stay. Qingmiao sect master, is this possible? Qingmiao sect master, how could she refuse? She immediately shook her head. He shook it, of course it was from the Jiaxiu sect. You'll be honored, go quickly, back. Mountain's best Tian Forest Pavilion, prepare. But as soon as Chu orders, Muqing Chu started to believe it, raising her hand. Stopped. There's no need for that. Cultivators do not pay attention to these things. I remember the spirit springs of Back Mountain. The nearby grass hut seemed quite peaceful. I will stay there. On hearing this, the faces of the Chulingers changed simultaneously. The hut was the same place where I had been for the last 10. I had been living there for years. I had to fill my water. All the tools were lying there along with the immortal. Many of my items are also made with essence. If this old woman went there, the secret will be out. I immediately panicked. No, it shouldn't be allowed to stay there. Made from 10,000-year enlightenment divine wood, a stool for firewood is also placed. This familiar old woman saw him. If I took it, my human disorder broke down immediately. Qingshu's face turned pale as he heard my thoughts. My breath stopped. 10,000-year enlightenment divine wood, that was such a supreme treasure, for which even the great emperors would fight and die. And this man gives her a firewood stool I was making and using it. This is really the ruin of heavenly treasure. Was now my Qingshu. She didn't want to wait even a moment. I had to go and see for myself whether that hut was real. I'm as terrible as this man thinks. He looked at me deeply. Then she smiled slightly. Little friendlin, please show me the way. I said to him. I saw a smile on his face and cried inside. I felt it. I landed on my own feet. This old woman had been axed. She has definitely come as my enemy. Okay, I'll show you the way. Anyway, I would say that it was all from the flea market. The wood he bought is useless. If you try to snatch it, I will cry. I carried the broken bucket all the way. He slowly walked forward. Ma Qingshu and Chulinger was following behind. Chulinger was completely great respect for the way Ma Qingshui, but Ma Qingshu's attention, the surroundings were completely absent. Only my thoughts were listening. This hill, why is the road so long? I'm tired. And this old woman is constantly following behind. But one thing has to be admitted, her figure is truly amazing. I'm good at it. So to have sons, that's absolutely right. But alas, she seems to be obsessed with cultivation, perhaps even to this day. He might not have even held any man's hand. The very old virgin mooched upon hearing this. Su slipped. She almost fell down the stairs, had fallen. The great Tishwan empress, whom the whole world respected him. He was given a broom. The servant who puts on the old man's mind, he was saying that she was a virgin and also about her body. He was evaluating it. He felt like right now a hole in its head from the Tiantian divine light do it. But 9 heavens thunder would end. As soon as I remember the enlightenment divine would, he stopped himself. No, this is great. Special AJ is testing my mental state. Yes, that's definitely the case. This is his test. If I don't get angry, my dad will, the heart will become stronger. Mouth Qingshu. She kept explaining herself. Finally, after half an hour later, they went to the hut on the back mountain. They arrived. The hut was very simple. The roof, the walls were made of mud. The flood was jagged, seen from above it. It looked like the home of a poor farmer. Within 100 meters, as soon as Muching is touched arrived, her cultivation technique automatically became active. She was surprised. Here the air was so thickly filled with case that it could almost be touched. Take a breath here. 1 month stay in Tanchuan Holloland was equivalent to cultivation. Around the hut, the flood that occurred, there was also not ordinary branches. It was the evil repelling divine bamboo, which to gather, calm the mind, and ward off evil. It had the ability to ward off spirits. A black wooden tub stood in front of the hut. It was emitting light waves of thunder. It was actually 9 heaven thunderwood, and that's even the rarest 10,000-year thunderwood. But it was written in crooked letters, Lin, Fan's special foot washing bucket. Muching, I was completely mesmerized. It was truly heavenly. It was a waste of treasure, such a precious treasure, and this man used it to wash his feet. Something burned in the corner of the hut. There were also broken wooden stools lying around. A slight downpour was emanating. Muching just took one look, and it's been stuck for years. His cultivation bottleneck began to loosen. He really is the 10,000-year enlightenment divine wood was there, and the whole stool was one huge. The stem was made from the body of the mooching rat. He began to tremble. For the first time, he felt that the impress, despite being a poor man, Lin Fan in front of him, she looked like a beggar. Muching Zhu said in a trembling voice, "Little friend Lin, this hut of yours is really, I'm so unique." I immediately felt embarrassed. He pretended to be and started scratching his head. "Don't make fun of me, Empress. There's nothing special. It's all broken. I found the wood in the back mountain. I thought they were quite strong. So they made a stool and a footbath bucket. If I don't like them, I'll just throw them out. I throw it away." No mouth Chingashu almost screamed. Her face contorted with fear. If when such things were thrown away, his heart broke. Don't throw it away. I think these stools has a very ancient beauty. It seems to me I really like it. I'll sit here. Saying this, she even forgot her dignity as an empress. She ran as fast as she could and went for 10,000 years. Enlightenment on a stool made of divine wood she sat down. In that moment, a pure enlightenment. Power surged into his mind. For years, the great Empyrean realm bottleneck stopping him. Broken, from her body, the mid-great Empor realm, a terrifying aura erupted. Music started to resonate. It was amazing all around. Visions began to appear, touch this pressure. She was pushed back several steps from the disbelief was palpable. Oh my God, the Empress just sat on the master's stool and I broke through. I mooched. Aura felt it and rolled her eyes inwardly. This old lady is really lucky. Breakthrough even just by sitting on a stool, I did it. But it's not a big deal. After all, I had used that stool for 10,000 years. Enlightenment was made from divine wood and there's still a trace of my Tao intent in it. Was left. If he had done it for 3 consecutive days and 3 if you sit on it for the night, then perhaps you will go straight to great the aperture should reach its peak. But one thing I have to agree, his decision to sit on the stool. The style looked quite good. Her clothes, the throat was a little lower, and when I stood up from the angle of I was giving it away. I was seeing it for free. What's wrong with watching Mu Kinshu? Breakthrough happiness is my heart's talk. She disappeared as soon as she heard it. She immediately closed her throat. Her face was like a ripe apple. She turned red. She stared at me. There was both anger and shame in his eyes. He is also looking at me secretly. But then he remembered that I was able to break through because of the stool. He cannot ignore such a big karma. Lin Fan Ma Qingshu gritted his teeth. I said, "You're very nice." I immediately get down on your knees pretending to be scared. He went and bowed his head continuously. Empress, I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. I saw it. I was just a water carrier. I am a man. I have never seen the world. Please have mercy on me. From outside, I was constantly apologizing, but deep inside, I couldn't stop laughing. This old woman, the woman is really upset. She has no one, there's no proof either. I have divine sense. Not used, just with my eyes I saw it. What can she do to me? Anyway, a great emperor's mind should not be so small. I want it, a little like her figure. It looks overrated. Chingsu felt the mouth as if the blood in his chest was running wild, yes. What does this scoundrel want to say? Where is her figure overrated? The whole dong countless cultivators in Shinjo are trying to perfect him. Women believed in it, but in the eyes of this boy she was a useless, flat-chested old woman. Shut up. Mu Qingshu finally stopped himself. She couldn't find it. She shouted angrily. The power of the great emperor realm in his voice, the entire back mountain trembled. She immediately sat down on her knees out of fear. She could not understand that the empress was a "why are you so angry" at an ordinary person. I saw the opportunity and acted immediately. I fell to the ground with a thud. I fell. My eyes rolled back. My hands and legs trembled. Foam started coming out of his mouth. Oh, I'm dying. The Empress wants to silence me. I am a weak man. Great Emperor, the pressure broke my heart, Marion. I'm not going to survive now. I'm lying on the ground. But inside, I was very happy. Success. Now this old lady is threatening me with a life I'm in debt. I see it before me now. The Lord shows how to become a great emperor. Mu Qingshu pretending to writhe in agony on the ground, she completely gave up. Shan was impressed, but today she had to agree that in front of this shameless supreme expert she gave up. She sighed helplessly, then I withdrew my pressure. She came to me, and she lightly touched my shoulder with her foot. Stop pretending. I'm not punishing you. I will. Now get up. I slowly closed my eyes, opened it and looked at it carefully. Really, the Empress won't kill me. I told you so. I won't kill you. Ma Qingshu said wearily. I pressed my temple. I jumped up immediately. He stood up, then dusted off his clothes and said laughingly, for the Empress's kindness, thank you. I'll make you some tea. I said this and ran out of the hut. He went inside as if afraid he might lose his don't change your mind. Once inside the hut, I filled the water tank with spirits. I looked at the spring water and then placed it next to me. I looked at ordinary tea leaves. I started thinking that this old woman is a bit short-tempered. Sure it is, but it's not bad looking. Sitting on my enlightenment stool right now. It has also made a breakthrough. If tea has to be made, if it is there, I make it a little special. Jade bottle from a secret compartment below divine enlightenment within him, it was filled with essence. I called it the 9 heavens spirit spring water and 10,000 years. Made with immortal herbs. On normal days, I used to drink it like normal water. I put just 1 drop of it in the tea kettle, then boil water and prepare tea. After a while, a unique aroma of tea, its fragrance, began to spread outside the hut. It was so deep that it was not of this world. As soon as that scent wafted out, the grass and flowers of the Jaioyu sect's back mountain and the trees seemed to come alive. He began to greedily absorb the fragrance. She was standing outside the hut. As soon as she saw that smelled the fragrance, the spiritual in his body, the flow of power increased many times. The just-formed core formation realm is completely stabilized. Oh my God, what kind of tea is this? Just by smelling its fragrance, you can feel the fragrance for months. Cultivation can survive. Touchingly surprising, she started looking at the door of the hut. Chinchu's eyes widened as well, a great aperture being that he drank countless immortal teas, but she had never felt such a fragrance. Great Tao Lodge in that fragrance. Lodge felt at the time of his breakthrough were hundreds of times more clear than that. He understood immediately. It was definitely the supreme immortal is the same. I am too ordinary, he came out with earthen pots. Then smiled innocently. Empress Chu Jr.'s sister, we are villagers. There's no better tea. It's my own grown tea. These are wild tea leaves from the mountains. It's made with water. You both should try it. Ma Qingshu started taking the bowl with trembling hands. The bowl shone with a green jade-like glow. Her breathing quickened. She could see clearly. Inside that tea were 9 little true drags from them. The supreme true drag's aura was emanating. This is not wild tea. It was clearly the legendary 9. Revolution true drag's immortal grass tea, only ancient, it is found only in ruins. Even a branch can give a second life to someone, and this man helps her make tea. Ma Qingshu deep throats, he breathed in. He suppressed the storm in his heart. Then he picked up the tea bowl and took a small sip. At that very moment, Ma Qingshu felt a thud. His soul may have left his body. Imagine yourself standing in a vast starry sky in front of her. Countless heavenly the Tao lodges were lying open, as if someone had broken into them, demonstrating for him so that he could see them and understand them. His great Aper mid-stage culturing like crazy great aperture, mid-peak great aperture late stage. In just one breath, he directly to the great emperor late stage. And the most surprising thing is that someone heavenly tribulation didn't even come. What kind of a situation is this? It was a force that defied heaven. Qingshu slowly opened his eyes. There was surprise and respect in his eyes. She stood up immediately, then looked deeper at me. I bowed down. Senior, for this tea, thank you. May you cherish this kindness throughout your life. I will never forget. I raised my eyebrows and thought to myself. I sighed. This old woman is my senior again. Why are you saying that? I clearly said that I'm a simple man. Still, I believe it. It's not happening. But one thing has to be accepted. Just now, when she was bowing down and saluting, the view was even more captivating than before. Seriously, today was not a wasted day. He heard my thoughts. His face turned red again. It happened. But this time she wasn't angry. Instead, she looked at me a little shyly. He saw Lin Fan as great as he was. Existence above even the Aper, if he is given if he could see the bar, that too was a matter of good fortune. If he stays with a senior and cultivates if possible, what if we take some advantage? Does it matter? Meanwhile, Chulinger sees all this, stunned. The great Tiangshuan Empress Zaka water carrier from the Xiao sect, she was bowing down and calling herself Junior. If word of this spread, the whole country would be ruined. Shinzo will go crazy. Who is the master? Are they some ancient immortals who can kill millions? Have you been alive for years? Respect for me now borders on blind devotion. At the same time, when everything was quiet towards the main gate of Jiaxiao sect, there was a terrible explosion. Peak Hill Mountain protecting. The formation broke up instantly. The screams of the disciples echoed and a sound echoed in the sky. Arrogant laughter spread. Qingmiao old nun, I am Lei Yang sect master Leng true lord, I'm here. If you have sense, get out. Get ready to go and die. Whoever has killed my disciples, he will be punished further. Hand him over to me too. Otherwise, today I will slaughter the entire Jusio sect. I will give it to you. Not even a dog will survive. This on hearing the voice, Qingmiao set master, his face turned pale. Liang true lord, he came himself. That core formation, great perfection, is the realm's expert. Just one step and he entered the nascent soul rail it will go. The Juxiao sect is finished. Now it's all over, really. But choose a cold glint appeared in his eyes. He looked at me, I saw him. Master, please let me go, I'll kill you. I waved my hand. Oh, everyone, it is not a good thing to fight at this time. We're civilized people. I'm just going to fetch water. I am a man of means. I have nothing to do with such things, no connection, but then I remembered what he said. She came to massacre the Jiaxeo sect. If that happened, my spirit with the spring will also snap. This is not at all maybe. I'm 10,000 buckets full right now. I'm just 3 days away from doing it. I won't let anyone spoil my plan. I picked up the broom and muttered to myself. Liang, true lord, you have bad luck today. I have a freshly filled spirit right now. It's a bucket of spring water. Whatever you want today, whatever happens, I will shower you with this. Hearing the thought, Muching Sui looked at the mountain gate. This Liang Tru looked at him sympathetically. Lord is so unlucky. In the world there were so many people, but it was uncertain. Teasing the supreme expert with flair now, he won't even know that he was how will he die. Machingshu also came to see the spectacle. Got into the mood and also wanted to learn that how to work while living in a great special world. Let's go to Mountain Gate and see it. I also want to see what happens who dared to do that in the Jashiao set. Chingshu calmed down and created a ruckus, said the voice. Again the same grate, the aperture began to emerge. I followed him, dragging the broom along. I was walking slowly behind him, thinking along the way. Was how to approach the Liang True Lord Fly so that I can be like a normal human being. The people of Liang set at the mountain gate. They were already gathered. Hundreds of them, like dark clouds people. They surrounded the entire entrance. Liang True Lord Scarlet Duhe was standing wearing a robe. In his hand, a burning candle. It was a sword. He looked very arrogant. Several outer disciples of the Jiaxiao sect, the injured, were lying on the ground, groaning in pain. Qingmiao sect master disciples she reached there with the help of. Seeing this scene, she Liang True Lord Hud trembled with anger. Don't cross. The Zuxiao sect has your what's wrong? Why are you so cruel? Are you doing it? Liang True Lord said coldly. Laughter. He used his flaming sword. He pointed it at them. What did you say? Any hostility? No, my best students are yours today, were killed on Back Mountain. Their corpses, even a drop of water, pierced through it. And you say there is no enmity. Quickly get rid of that murderer. I'll take him to the furnace cauldron. I'm going to make it. King Miao and sect master, his face turned pale. He didn't understand. I was wondering what to do. Then suddenly a Chu came from behind. She came out, her face as cold as ice. She raised her sword and went to core formation peak. Aura burst out in full force. True Lord, if you want to die, I'll fulfill your wish. Liang the True Lord felt his Andra. His eyes widened, his face filled with disbelief. How is that possible? By morning you've only seen refining was realm's useless girl and some core formation reached peak within hours. That's impossible. You must have some demonic, you must have taken medicine. How long does this strength last? It won't last, get ready to die. With that, Liang True Lord roared loudly. His body burst into flames and he lunged straight towards the touch. The flaming sword filled the sky with fire. Rain started falling all around. The attack was horrific, but it was. She wasn't scared at all. She also let out a loud scream and attacked from the front. The rotten air hit and tore an ear. Although Chulinger's realm it was much higher, but it just broke. She had come through. She had a real fight. There was very little experience. Liang Tru, on the other hand, Lord had been in this realm for many years. The methods were cunning and ruthless. After a dozen blows, Chulinger slowly several bolts of fire soda Kai began to form on his body. The wounds became. Liang Tru Lord arrogantly he started laughing. What does it matter if the girl is in a high class? Does it happen? I crushed you in front of you, now drop to your knees. At the same time when his flaming soda touches his stomach, I was about to sneak in. I hid behind a tree. I was standing and brushing my teeth and thinking to myself, was muttering. This Liang True Lord, how much does he talk? He's fighting less and less. More show off like a peacock and fire on top of it is using it. Doesn't he know that? Heavenly immortal grade in my bucket, the spirit spring, is full of water and the water is fire is the biggest enemy of the planet. How simple she is. She didn't understand that my throw the provided foot washing water on it, even if it was foot washing water. But he kept it in the 9 Heavens Thunderwood bucket. The 9 Heavens Thunder Law key was inside him. She was full of energy. I would have put it on him once, so he can't even make a sound. When he heard my thoughts, his lips quivered, foot washing water. Such a great expert in his discipline to fight with foot washing water, saying. But then he thought that bucket, so the 9 heavens were made of thunderwood. The water kept in it for 10 minutes is definitely terrible. Thunder purification will have been filled with losses. With such water, fire cultivator Liang Tru attacking Lord is actually instant. Meanwhile, in the hour of crisis, Chulinger, I also suddenly remembered what the master had said. Keep this teapot with you. If you ever encounter someone like this, you face an enemy you can't defeat. If you can, throw the water inside it on him. Give it. It will have a miraculous effect. Touch it at that time. He found this very strange. Cultivators to sword, talismus, and magic let's fight treasure. Who is Tea-Water? He fights by throwing, but the master is on his. That incomplete tea due to unwavering trust she had brought the pot with her. Now that Liang Tru, the Lord's flaming sword, is about to kill him. She also took her teeth and took out the teapot, then he threw the entire teapot towards her face. Jump up. Die, you bad guy. Liang the True Lord laughed out loud at this. Have you lost your mind? Are you throwing water on me? My Liang True Flame will steam your water in an instant, but as soon as that tea water evaporates, suddenly everything changed. Thunder and resounding thunder in the sky, the calm and green water suddenly changed. In the blink of an eye, she was dozens of meters long. Purple became the golden thunder dragon. 9 around the entire body of the dragon, the heaven's divine thunder was swirling. The electric shock was as thick as a bucket, and he has the power to destroy the world it was full. How is that possible? Liang the True Lord's laughter stopped instantly, eyes about to pop out. Thunder Dragon, the pressure was so great that he himself felt like a leaf blown in a storm. I started to feel it. Please forgive me. Liang True Lord cried out. He turned around, wanted to run away. But the speed of the Thunder Dragon, she was very fast. She swallowed it in an instant. In just one breath, the core formation great perfection expert Lei Young the True Lord was completely reduced to ashes. Not even a piece remained, but the Thunder Dragon, she didn't stop there. She went straight to the Liang sect, entered the crowd of hundreds of disciples. After several explosions, all the disciples of Lei Yang Seth are black coal. They turned and fell to the ground together. The field fell into a death-like silence. The disciples of the Jiashao sect stood with their mouths open. He could fit a whole egg in his mouth. The Qingmiao sect master fell to the ground with a thud. She sat down. Her mind went completely numb. One teapot, the entire sect's elite force, even the sect master was also killed in one shot. Is this true? I was an immortal art. She stood there emptying the teapot in her hand, and his respect for the master touched beyond words. Master, you finally, what level of existence are you? Even the simple tea created 9 heavens divine can summon a thunder dragon. If it spreads outside, the entire cultural world will tremble. He will get up. I'm standing behind the tree and all this and stamping his feet in anguish. The girl is really a spendthrift. She's my 9 revolutions true dragon tea. He himself does not drink it easily, and throw him this trash at Liang True Lord, I will die of anger. No, you will definitely be punished. Go back and give him 10,000 rupees. I will have to fill buckets and water, otherwise my anger will not subside. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought. The smile was as beautiful as blooming flowers. He saw me hiding behind the tree, and I laughed to myself. This great expert is truly interesting. 1 finger to the great aperture, it can kill. But a few drops of tea water, so sad for what the supreme experts have such strange habits. Are you? Chingsu slowly walked towards me. I came. Then she smiled and said, little friend. Lin, why are you hiding here? Your disciple I will not celebrate the victory of. He turned around and pretended to be scared and hit his chest. I put my hand on it. Empress, you scared me. I was just watching the show. The thunder that was there almost took my life away. Junior sister is really very powerful. By throwing just 1 pot of water, he destroyed the evil. I beat people. Now I have to be in this set. He needs to be protected. Watching me pretend to be a fool, and she started smiling more. Little friend, now, stop pretending. I'm in your disgrace. I understood this a long time ago. Upon hearing this, my heart sank. My heart leaped. Damn, what did this old woman do? I really recognized you. Save the system. Am I going to lose all my cultivation? Is it? Then the system's voice came. Host panicked. No. She's just testing you. He still doesn't know the full truth. Please, continue your human acting mode. Otherwise, the mission would be considered a failure, I said with relief. I breathed in. Then I put more on my face. He said with a more frightened expression, Empress, you? What are you saying? I don't understand. Who see disguise? I'm just a simple water. I'm a careerist. Don't joke around. Muching saw that I would not agree under any circumstances. I am not going to. So he helplessly shook his head. Shook it. Okay, if you don't accept it. If you want to do it, let it be. But today the crisis in the Jiaxio sect has been averted. Also, Liang said another big one behind the power is there. Aren't you worried? Your beloved disciple cannot face him. Can she do it? I laugh to myself. Support this. Even if an immortal descends upon Dong Shanju so in front of my spirit spring water, he will beg for mercy on his knees. What does the support of ordinary sect mean to me? But on the outside, I put on a scared face. Are there other people behind them? What will happen? Why don't we pack up and run? Should we go? Tianjin Holy Land is very big. Empress, please keep us there. I will be yours. I'll even sweep the floor. I'll even fill up with water. I'll even wash your feet. I just need to save my life. Muchingu, as soon as I was asked to wash his feet, he heard it. A strange scene appeared in his mind. Came. She's sitting on the enlightenment stool, and I sat on my knees in front of him and washing my feet. This scene is so strange, and it was fascinating that his heart thumped. A slight blush appeared on his face. There is no need for your foot washing service. Number Machingshu panicked and immediately closed his eyes. He turned his face away, but dared to look into mischievous eyes. I couldn't do it, but Lei Yang was on the set. Zhang Shenju's Woji demon set standing behind. I heard they have a half-step great an ancestor of Upper Elam still alive if you save Jiashu sect if you want. Just a teapot won't do. It'll do. Upon hearing the name of the Wuji demon sect, Qingmiao sect master, and the remaining disciples, their faces fell. The joy of victory that had just begun, she disappeared. Wazi demon sect to Zhang, one of the greatest strengths of the shoujo was its charisma. There was no shortage of experts there. Even an ordinary protector can help. The Jugsu sect could have destroyed it hundreds of times. Half-Step, the great emperor, was a being who he did not even have the right to see. Qingmiao sect master looked disappointed at me, and Chu looked at Linger. Is it true? Heaven wants to destroy the Zuxiao sect, but Chu's face was firm. She came and stood directly in front of me. Master, no matter how much demon sect, no matter how powerful this disciple may be, I won't back down. Please make me stronger. Teach me the way to become. I protect sects I want to. I looked into his eyes. I saw it and was satisfied as expected. My first disciple character was really okay. Okay, you're so respectful. You are a disciple. So I will give you a little. I'll give you guidance. But first, you to compensate for the loss of the tea water that was thrown away. It will be not much, just 10,000 buckets. Spirit spring water to be completed today. If even one bucket is missing, there will be no food. I'll get it. Be quiet for a moment. She was laughing and crying at the same time. But then he bowed his head respectfully. The disciple will obey orders. I will sweep. Dragged himself towards back mountain and he muttered to himself. Half a step up, great aperture. If there is any obstacle in filling water, then I will be a neighbor from the doctortail grass of the hill. I'll show you that grass sword slush star what happens. Muching Su listening to my thoughts stunned. Grass sword slush star it, so that was the divine technique that was mentioned in the stories. Only those from the immortal king realm can use it. Could he? Was Lin Fan just an immortal? He has gone beyond this and has become the immortal king. He looked at my thin but mysterious back, and his eyes were filled with respect and reverence. Qingsu followed senior in this life, and the supreme grass sod daw she will understand. In the next 3 days, the Juxiao sect, a very strange incident occurred in 1899. The great Tianjin Empress Muching Sui, who normally resides in her cave, she used to cultivate at the mansion. Now she does it all the time. She kept following Linfen around. Wherever Linfen went to fetch water, Linfen would sweep the floor for her. She would stand with tea in her hand. Seeing this scene, Juso Sia's disciples were completely shaken, if he did not see it with his own eyes. If it had happened, they would never have believed it. Even the master was always afraid of Qingmiao. He was afraid that Linfen might accidentally don't upset the empress and slap her. I should not die, only Chu is the truth she knew. The empress hadn't gone mad. She was only looking for immortal fate. These 3 Chu also did not sit idle for days. She kept filling water like crazy every day. As per Fan's orders, he was given the same broken mountain foot with wooden bucket mountain filled with water from the spirit spring. Every day, 10,000 buckets were brought to the top. No less. Initially, Chulinger felt that it's just physical training, but on the very first day, he understood the real secret. A simple-looking bucket actually holds thousands of which weighed, and when filling with water. Cold lodges kept coming out continuously, which continuously strengthening the body and meridians even after filling water for the whole day. He did not feel tired. but his body became many times more powerful than before on the evening of the third day. Shu finally finished his 10,000th bucket. When he poured the last bucket of water outside the hut, when it was put in the water tank, suddenly the sky it changed. Dark clouds gathered, lightning flashed. A tremendous breakthrough hit Aura. He is surrounded by the nascent soul rail. Was about to enter heavenly tribulation, was about to land. Qingmio, sect master, and the rest of the disciples ran away because the nascent soul tribulation was no joke. One of her Bidgely Foundation establishment cultivator, Chu, was also frightened. She looked up at the sky. She couldn't understand. I was wondering what to do. I stood outside the hut. I was lying on the enlightenment stool. I froze lazily. Then I looked up at the sky. This badass has power over people all the time. He keeps trying to bring down the world. Only breakthrough. It is what it is. Why make such a fuss? Is it? That's the only reason. He went and bring me the old net so I can remove the dirt. I use it for the sky, throw it aside. Then watch this thunder tribulation will not come down. He didn't doubt what I said at all. Immediately ran inside the hut, and that old she picked up the torn net. The net was covered with mud, and it was covered in mud. Furthermore, it looked like an ordinary person. It looked like garbage thrown away by a fisherman. But in Ma Qingshu's eyes, it was different. Above that net, the glow of the mysterious lodge she was flowing. She was clearly legendary. Karma was Lord Karma, divine net. This is that supreme immortal artifact who can hide the heavenly secrets, and Karma can reverse it, and Limfen can reverse it. Uses to remove dirt. Ma Qingshu was now completely numb. He had felt that in the last few days his heart has become very strong. Now if Linfen should also say that his toilet made of immortal gold, he probably. It wouldn't be surprising either. Meanwhile, Chu, he held the net tightly. Then he took a deep breath. Go, he threw the net skyward. As soon as the net was released from the hand, it suddenly started growing. In the blink of an eye, he seemed to cover the sky. A huge golden divine net was formed, and the entire tribulation spread across the realm of Soli. The sky heavenly tribulation thundering in it stopped as soon as it hit, as if it were an invisible wall. Then all the clouds and all the electricity got trapped inside the net in an instant. The sky cleared again. Sunset golden light began to fall on the back mountain. The whole scene looks as beautiful as a picture. At the same time, Schulinger's aura rose again, and that without interruption the nascent soul rail. She arrived in, she didn't even have a scratch. There's not even dust on his clothes. It hit. That's it. Qingmiao sect master rubbed his eyes. He thought perhaps they dreaming. Other cultivators' death while entering the nascent soul rail, and they keep oscillating between life. 99. Have to endure heavenly tribulations. But what did Chu do? He just the old net cast, and heavenly tribulation it disappeared. This is cultivation worlds. It was something that turned everything upside down. Kneel before me happily, she sat down. Master, for your treasure, thank you. I arrived at the nascent soul rail. I waved my hand and turned my face away. I've turned around. Okay, now break through. When you're done, go and cook. Your master, I'm feeling hungry. And yes, that trap is good. Wash it thoroughly. I'll also give you leaves from it tonight. Schulinger happily nodded. She shook her head. Then she ran off to the kitchen. Qingqiu came and stood beside me. There was a strange glint in his eyes. Senior, he takes great care of his disciples. I gave away a huge treasure just like that. To be honest, I'm a little jealous. I rolled my eyes. This old woman is burning again. If you want the treasure, just tell me straight away. But I don't give my treasures to anyone outside. I don't give it to the person unless he is mine. Don't become another disciple. At the same time, the system of voice rang out. Ding, suitable female disciple candidate detected. Mu Qing. I fell off my stool. Are you joking about the system? Are you doing it? This is Dong Shengzhu's famous Tianshu. Anan is the empress. And you want me to, should I make it a discipline? Do you think so? I'm not dead yet. Or you think I'm in human disgrace? It's very strong. I thought to myself without thinking. I refused. No, not at all. I just spend your last 3 days in peace. I want to fill it in. Then I ascended and left. If I disciple an empress, if I make it, then I will become an ordinary human being later. How will I pretend to be an empress every day? She will serve me tea. Anyone will understand that I'm not normal. I have a sore mouth. She was standing nearby and listening to everything I said. At first, she was immersed in the joy of the breakthrough. But as soon as he saw the old woman hearing the words, a vein appeared on his forehead. He's calling me an old woman again. I have cultivated for thousands of years. Beauty is forever young. I am where am I old? But the next moment she said, I listened to him. Should I make him a disciple? Chingsu's heart skipped a beat. Was this great expert really make me a disciple who wants it? It's even higher than the great aperture. It exists. If I become its disciple, then maybe she could reach the real immortal Tao. The mouthpiece's breathing quickened. His eyes lit up with excitement. My other complaints are not being heard, she thought to herself. Such experts' habits are different. If she calls me old, the woman says, so what? If the need arises. So I accept being called an old grandmother. I will. Mu Qingshu took a deep breath and suppressed excitement. Then he stood straight in front of me. She sank to her knees. In her voice I had both respect and determination. It has been cultivated for thousands of years. But today I have understood that there is a sky above the sky. Please accept me as your disciple. Do it. I want to be with you. I want to listen to your teachings. I sat next to you. Chulinger was drinking tea. She had finished the whole tea. She spat it out. She never looked at Ma Qingsui, and sometimes me. His mind has stopped working. Tanshu An and Empress Lin fans, do you want to be a disciple? No, your master wants to become a disciple of. What world have you gone mad? I got down on my knees. He looked at Ma Chaishu and sighed to himself. Why is the old woman not following the script? Shall we go? I told them no, yet I still are you insisting on coming and becoming a disciple. System, did you do this on a secret mission? Have you given it? But the system hasn't responded. I just got a progress bar. Ding host Empress apprenticeship event triggered. Human disguise progress plus 20% temporary. If Ma Qingsui becomes disciple, water carrying the multiplier is 4 times the final 3-day water. Upon mission completion, a mysterious you will receive the immortal artifact. Mysterious immortal artifact. Upon seeing these 4 words, my heart sank. Immortal artifact. Such a thing is rare even in the immortal world. If I were to join him after ascension, if he took me to the immortal world, I would be comfortable there. I can move around. I got down on my knees. Ma Qingshu looked at him and started thinking fast. I have to find a way. I'll do it. I should also develop discipline and find my true strength. I should hide it too. Yes, the test. Cultivators, I like taking exams. Cleaned up and a great expert face made it. Miss Mu Yashwin, she is an empress. She holds such a high status. Then the discipline of an ordinary person like me. Why do you want to be like this? I'm just Lin Fan, a simple watering and sweeping machine. I'm a man. I'm not going to give you any deep cannot teach cultivation techniques. Ma Qingshu raised his head. His eyes widened. She was as firm as ever. Master, please don't joke. A simple cup of tea made by you touch me great emperor brought to the late stage. The wooden bucket you threw away, it was actually 9 heavens thunderwood. If you call yourself an ordinary person, then this all the immortals in the world will become a joke. I gritted my teeth. This old woman, he's very sharp. Keep some things in mind. Why do you need to say everything out loud? But on the outside, I've been calm and mysterious. Maintaining your face. Cultivation paths are different. What you saw, it's just like passing clouds. If you really want to be my disciple, you have to agree to my 3 conditions. Qingshu's face lit up with joy. She immediately said, Master, please give your orders. What if there are 3 or even 30 or 300 conditions I won't refuse? I raised a finger. The first condition is that from today you will not be impressed by Tian. Yes, you are a member of the Juxeo sect back mountain ordinary registered disciple. You will fill water with the broom and you will not use any cultivation. You should live your life like a normal person. Heaven and earth must be understood. Is this accepted? Ma Qingshu said without a second thought. Head bowed, disciple accepts. He thought to himself as I had thought. Master is really polishing my do hard. Understanding the world by being an ordinary human being, this is the real return to simplicity. He nodded with satisfaction. Then he took another finger. The second condition was raised without my permission. Reveal your true self to an outsider. You will not reveal your identity and you will not tell anyone about it. You will tell me that you are my disciple. You still impress Tian Xu and in my eyes you will stay here. But you are in my hut. Be a firewood girl. Is that acceptable? Firewood girl. Mu Qingshu's face light turned red. In his entire life someone I hadn't told him that. But then he 10,000-year enlightenment divine wood yad came. When such a huge divine would just stool maybe even ordinary firewood, there won't be any firewood. Supreme treasure. Of such a great expert, burning firewood is also a blessing. The disciple accepts. Mu Qingshu, I replied respectfully. I smiled. Then I raised my 3rd finger. The third condition to your heavenly secret divine pupil, you will keep it closed. I will not meet him in the future. You will see some very strange things. You won't think so. I almost said it, that you won't listen to what I have in mind. But he stopped himself in time. After all, the system, the human disguise rescue, it was necessary. Ma Qingshu was momentarily startled. She went away, then bowed her head in embarrassment. He knew what I was pointing to. He's already heard many of my personal thoughts. Now she understood that the master, they knew everything, but they were just ignoring it. The disciple understood. I will never again in the future. I will not be rude to master, Qingshu said with a red face. He clapped his hands, then he stood up smiling. Gone, okay, because you've met all the conditions. If you agree, then from today you will be Lin Fan's second wife. Be disciplined. Take this axe and go back. Cut the wood behind the mountain. Today you will cook dinner. Having said this, I said, cutting a rusty piece of wood from the corner of the wall, picked up the axe and turned towards Ma Qingshu. Ma Qingshu extended it with both hands. Grabbed the axe, but as soon as he picked her up, her arms pulled down and she almost fell down. This rusty axe, it was as heavy as a mountain, but there was no spiritual, there was no power. But there was a strange power in it, which suppressed all kinds of true essence. As soon as he took hold of the axe, the great emperor's power was completely sealed. She truly became an ordinary human. Immortal king weapon, this is definitely the immortal king weapon, is in Ma Qingshu's heart again. A storm arose. Axe. That can seal the great aperture's cultivator if it is used in war, so any enemy can be easily defeated in one attack. Humanity can be created. Ma Qingshu, his eyes lit up like a madman. Master truly immortal. Even his simplest tool, it's so scary. I saw his shocked face. I was laughing to myself when I saw it. Actually, this my everyday wood-cutting iron X spirit spring for just 10 years, drenched by the spirit mist and a little of my immortal essence in it. It had hit me, so it had become a little heavy. But this empress was like no one in the world. No experience at all. If you go when it gets dark, if you don't chop all the wood first, dinner I won't get it, I said, waving my hand. Mouth Qingshu bowed his head respectfully, then picking up the heavy axe, slowly cut the wood. She walked towards house. Shu saw all this. She was about to lose her mind. Tianshu and Apers was actually going to chop wood, and so it seemed like he was taking pleasure in it. Yes, master, and I carefully, I asked. I rolled my eyes. 10,000 today, buckets full, if not go quickly. If even one is missing, you will be dead tonight. You'll both be hungry. Chu's face fell. He stuck out his tongue, then quickly picked up the bucket and headed towards Spirit Spring. I ran away. I saved both my beautiful disciples. I saw two of them. One was filling water. The other was picking wood. I was passing the time, and suddenly I felt that this life too not bad. If it's like this every day, ascension doesn't seem all that necessary. But then I remembered just 3 more days. I have to survive at any cost. When I'm ascension, I will truly become immortal. And then I'll always be a normal person, no need to pretend. Night slowly descended. From Jayak to Zio sect, cooking smoke rising from the back mountain. Inside the hut was a simple wooden structure. The 3 of us were sitting around the table. Some simple home-cooked food was kept, and the pot was filled with white rice porridge. I was ordinary, but her sent the mustaching touches and makes both the touched restless. This rice is made from the legendary 9 heavens spirit rice was, and this green vegetable was from the immortal world, also had the rare enlightenment green leaf. I smiled and said, eat. Village food. It's just a simple meal, nothing special. Then Manchu and Chu started eating themselves, looked at each other. Then cautiously he ate a mouthful. As soon as the food entered his mouth, his body trembled. He felt as if countless heaven and earth spiritual kai are there. The body is torn apart, and the purest power you are transforming into their meridians. Not only this, he was also called great. Do heavenly sounds also became audible. The cultivation foundation grew rapidly. What was a little unstable before is now completely, it's gotten stronger. It's delicious. Said with his mouth full, now he has intersect, there is no decency left for a senior sister. Meanwhile, mooching Sui may have eaten decently, but her chopsticks were so sharp. As she was walking, her shadow was visible. In a few moments, all the vegetables and the porridge is finished. I leaned back in my chair and began caressing his round belly. Then his looking at both the disciples, in a sad voice he sighed. These 2 are really expensive. In one meal they ate half I've finished my month's ration. It seems tomorrow you will have to add more water. Otherwise, it will both make me really poor.
First of all, thank you guys for watching till the end, and I would say I would really like to thank you all for watching till the end. Now, if you wanted to stay, then stay because I'm going to tell you about some anime news and updates and what is going on in our community. So let's start it. First of all, you can see like the big three animes are drawing the mangaka are drawing their main character. You can see Oda is drawing One Piece, and then Kube is drawing Ichigo, and Naruto. Author is drawing this Naruto. So our next news is like the Doctor Stone. You had listened to about or heard about this anime because this is a science fiction, very good anime. I will recommend. This has officially ended, Doctor Stone. And the another update is coming from the One Piece remake has been released. Yeah, you see, yeah, like 1 year ago, Netflix had announced that they are going to make the One Piece remake for the new generation to watch it, so they don't stuck or make excuses of low animation because this one is really good. Next news is our nothing more than everyone is going around saying Doctor Stone as in there. I know it. And this is some new anime. I'm not saying what it is. Uh, what is this anime? It's going viral. Marriage Toxin. This one is Marriage Toxin. Let's go. Let's see our update. Okay, so the Rising Seal Hero is going to release on September 2025. Season 5 is coming. This one was really good a long time ago, but right now I think they are just milking it. Yeah, you can see the Doctor Stone is going on news, it's going crazy from 2019 to 2026. Yeah, there are major anime updates. You can see the Illicit L, very good and popular manhwa is coming July 3. And I am very excited. I am a huge fan of this manhwa and its anime is coming. I am in, guys. I am in. Second update in Nijutsu Kaisen July 4, you already know about Solo Leveling July 4, Bleach July 4, Cyberpunk July 4, Friend in July 4. Oh my god, there are so many good animes coming on the same date. July is going to be fucking peak. I can't wait this.
Streets so cold, but I stay tall like boss, tall like a boss, tall like a boss, tall like a boss, ride like a boss, fly like a boss, fly like a boss, high like a boss. I got no brakes, I just ride. She looking back out on high. Bass so low, bring it fried. Say my name, ego wide. Hard like steel, sharp like blade. Every move, I get paid. Flex too real, never fade. Streets so cold, but I stay. Tall like boss, tall like a boss, tall like a boss, like a boss. Hot like a boss.